Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Antigua GFC versus CD Plaza Amador in La CONCACAF in the CONCACAF Central American Cup 2025 group stage. Group A. Group A is the group that's being played here. And yes, we're Group A tonight. CONCACAF's YouTube channel is Group A, yes. Antigua and Plaza Amador play for first place in this group. Antigua GFC have played 2 games. This will be their third. Plaza Amador will be playing their second here. So, we're here. We're ready to go. Antigua GFC contra CD Plaza Amador, la Copa Centroamericana de la CONCACAF. Fase Grupos, Grupo A, Partido 3. The third match week, of course. We've been focusing on Leagues Cup over the past couple of weeks. And that makes us have to... We covered Leagues Cup. This is a week off of Leagues Cup. And next week, Tuesday and Thursday, we'll be able to cover Central American Cup and Caribbean Cup. But all the quarterfinals are on Tuesday, which I think Winvo is very happy about that because his team is in those quarterfinals, crazily enough, and also just beat Miami. Either way, we're here. We're ready to go. Central American Cup, we're truly getting underway. So we're truly getting underway here. Yeah, here's the thing, though. I agree. This AI verification is too much. Yes, we should keep the kids who use the platform safe. But that's not exactly what that's the guise of what they're trying to push this through, so to speak. But here's the thing. Protesting when you've already given verification to YouTube because you're in the partner program, what does that do? What does that do? I don't know. That just rings hollow in my book. No, I'm against a surveillance state, which is basically what they're trying to do here under the guise of protecting the kids. But again, when you've already verified yourself because you're in the partner program, it rings hollow to protest. But no, it's very much Big Brother type shit. I do disagree with what they're trying to do. Or at least the full-on scope of it. What they're trying to sell it as, I agree. We should keep the kids safe. The fact that we're trying to make it into a surveillance state by using that as the cheese that you wrap the pill in, so to speak, I'm not for that. But either way. Well, that sucks. I heard. But we're getting ready to go here. Point is, I don't even know how you really protest it anyway. But with that being said, show goes on tomorrow. I'll be live for the Super Cup in the Forge game tomorrow. If the protest is not making any content, well, I must have missed the memo. And I'm not. Either way. Teams are walking out. Plaza Amador versus Antigua GFC. And see, that's why. Well, but here we go. Yes. Let me see what it looks like when they line up. I think it is Castore, though. Yeah. Castore's been doing pretty well recently. Picking up jerseys. Teams are walking out. Yeah, I think it's either that or Hummel. It's Castore. It's Castore for Amador. For Antigua, Kelme. No, I think they're Castore as well, actually. No, they're Castore as well, actually. Nice. They're both Castore teams. Amador wearing black with red accents. That's actually a cool jersey. Yep. Most home runs for the Mets in franchise history, yes. If you're Alajuelense, you probably want Antigua to win outright. Considering. Hold on. Teams walked out. Here we go. I would hope not, but Newcastle had Castore, yeah. Oh, Plaza beat Alajuelense. Ooh. Well, if we're not going to use the international spot for the rest of the year, why not get money for it? I feel like that was the spot that Insigne or Bernadeschi had already had, so to speak. Where's the Central American Cup patch? Antigua has them. Valdezora. How do you do, fellow kids? Oh, no, it's not. That was a Valvoline logo. No, Antigua doesn't have Castore. That was just a Valvoline logo. Mobile One, put it in your engine. Mobile One, the oil for you. Mobile One keeps things running smoothly. Mobile One. And here we go. Teams are shaking hands and we're getting ready to go. Starting 11s are as follows. When they show them. No, that was a Valvoline ad. It's not a jersey manufacturing company. They just had a Valvoline ad on their chest where the logo, manufacturer logo, is supposed to go Moran, Fernandez, Osorio, Ardon, Santis, Castellanos, Rosales, Espinoza, Flores, Apolasa, Oscar Santis for Antigua GFC. The starting 11. Brandon De Leon on the bench, who was definitely a good part of their run to the knockout stages last year. Semifinals. Yeah, semifinals. Shavin Green from Guyana's the referee. Who are the favorites this game? I would say Antigua GFC. They have more points in the group stage. But Plaza Amador did just beat Alajuelense, so I'd say it's 50-50, really. Starting 11 for Plaza Amador. Castañeda, the back four, Davis, Sanchez, Cordoba, Knight, Murillo, Lara, Quintero, Sanchez, and Rose. 4-3-3. In Guatemala, they're playing. So I would say Antigua is the favorite here slightly. They're more experienced at CONCACAF competition. They're playing at home. I'll say Antigua is slightly the favorite. You could always have a good night. Every dog has its day, so to speak. Every dog has its day. That could have just been Plaza Amador's day. First AL team to 70 wins, the Toronto Blue Jays. They just beat the Cubs. Let's go. Ah, yes. You love to see it. And we're about ready to go. $70 wins for the Toronto Blue Jays. But let's focus on the football, and we're off. Plaza Amador kicks off wearing the black with some red neon accents. Antigua GFC with the lavender purple jersey. The periwinkle lavender purple jersey. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's lavender purple for sure. I don't know. Here we go. 0-0. Settle. All right. Oh, there's a little bit of blue neon as well. You just can't really tell considering it's a black jersey. That is a cool jersey, though. Antigua versus Hercules underway. You mean, no, that would be Alianza, right? You mean Aguila. No, Aguila. It's either Aguila or Alianza, I think. Hold on. No. Group C? Group D. You mean Aguila. Yeah, they're both playing at the same time. There we go. Yeah, Aguila. CD Aguila versus Hercules. We'll keep an eye on that score as well. 2 minutes in. Wait. I know it's kind of confusing. Alianza, Antigua, Aguila. It is kind of confusing. It is kind of confusing. Not for me, but I can see where it is. I can see where it is. With that being said, we're off. 2 minutes in. Playing it around. Antigua GFC, who made the knockout stage of the last tournament, qualified to the Champions Cup through the Central American Cup last year, are back to do a similar thing. They did not. I'm watching the Antigua game, so I have no idea. Can't even blame it on a hurricane because Tropical Storm Aaron ain't even there yet. Well, it won't even. No, that's El Salvador. It won't even make it there. Tropical disturbance. No, I think. No. They should be fine from that as well. Either way, 3 minutes in. Over the top. Brought down Plaza Amador making their CONCACAF Central American Cup debut. They've been in the CONCACAF League before. The precursor to this. They've been sponsoring CONCACAF tournaments since, I think it may have been 23, the Central American Cup in 23. Like the first Central American Cup, if not, it was either last year. I think they've been sponsoring the Central American Cup the whole damn way. I feel like I remember that being the case. It might have been 24 though, but either way, it's at least been a year, if not 2. Saudi Arabia has been sponsoring CONCACAF for the longest. Shot wide. Because that's how they got in Saudi Arabia into the Gold Cup. They paid money. Just like Qatar paid money when they got in twice. CONCACAF loves money. That's why the Gold Cup never gets hosted anywhere else but the USA, except for maybe one game in Canada, one game in Central America. Remember 2019? Remember when that happened? Remember in 2019 how they had like 4 groups have games hosted, and they played like a couple in Jamaica, and I think a couple in Costa Rica, and they played a couple in Canada, and I remember, like in 2019, they did have group stage games in Costa Rica and Jamaica. I remember that for at least like one match round. But other than that, the rest of the tournament was hosted by the USA. But either way, player down. I'm surprised that wasn't a penalty. No VAR in this tournament. Let's remember that. Because it's Central America. But it's the way football should be. Let's be real. Ball crossed in. Header. Goal! 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 Antigua GFC! Off the corner. Header into the far post. And that's a goal from... I guess that's Rosales then. Rosales scores. I'm guessing. That was a number 8 on his... Nope, it's 16. Number 16, Santis, scores the header. Number 16, Santis, scores the header. Perfect cross. Out jumps everybody into the far post, and it's 1-0 for the home side. Lovely. 1-0, Antigua GFC. Goal de local. Diego Santis with a goal. Six minutes in. 1-0, 1-0. Antigua GFC leader. Shot, goal! 2! It's a second, but he's offside. Oh my. Offside. How we doing, Risklander? Every time I see that JD Vance meme, I think of them making him tattoo on South Park. Every time I see that JD Vance meme, I think of the South Park Fantasy Island joke. Nah, I don't know. I don't think that was offside. See, that's the problem with that VAR. It's Risklander, Winvo. Think where you don't have a brain. Or don't use your brain, then it just makes more sense. Just don't use your brain when he talks and it'll make more sense. I love South Park. Always have, always will. Always have, always will. Forever and always, I'll always be a fan of South Park. Unless they go full Howard Stern, which I don't think they are. They're still very good. Trey Parker and Matt Stone are still very good at what they do, and they punch every way. Which, frankly, I do too. They take shots at everybody, which, frankly, I do too. So, Howard Stern used to take shots at everybody. He doesn't anymore. There's a difference. Howard used to take shots at everybody. And then he totally sold out because either he was afraid of him taking shots at everybody would ruin him. So he tried to save his career for a couple more years. Or he just really did sell out because he sold out and mellowed out heavily. Either way, I don't think Trey Parker and Matt Stone are going to mellow out or sell out, because if they were going to sell out, they would have done it when Paramount merged with Skydance. They have not done that yet. They shot it. They took a shot at everybody. I don't think you have to be afraid of Trey Parker and Matt Stone selling out. I don't think so. How we doing, Marcel? Howard Stern did sell out heavily. Whether he did that to save his own ass for a couple more years or he just wanted to sell out because he's an old fart who mellowed out heavily. It's either or, really. Either or, Howard Stern sold out. Trey Parker and Matt Stone never did and never will sell out. Howard did. So basically, if Howard leaves SiriusXM, you know what? I don't feel sorry for him. That'll be a goal kick for Antigua GFC. I don't feel sorry for Howard if he doesn't get a new contract, if it's not good enough for him. It's funny, like the last time I laughed at Current Howard was like when they talked about who subscribes to this. And they were talking about the cart narcs and Costco ho. That's a real thing. And the dude gets bit by all these like animals, especially insects. Like Wilderness Joey or whatever it was, you know? And to be clear, I've only seen one of those channels. The guy who gets bit by like insects and like wasps and shit. I could never do that, by the way. Either way, I didn't say I subscribed to his channel. I've just said that's the only thing I've watched of those three. I could never. Free kick for Antigua GFC. Cross in. Shot. Save. Prem predictions 1-20. 20th place. Hold on. Oh, there we go. 25-26 Premier League. Thank you very much. 20th place. I don't know why everything's so slow. Blue Jays and Cubs. Blue Jays and Cubs. Goal for Aguila. Caballero, 7th minute. It's 1-0 for Aguila. CD Aguila over Hercules, 1-0. Thank you very much. All right. Premier League teams. All right, here we go. 20th place for me, I have Sunderland. I don't think Sunderland's going to do that well this year. I think they're making a lot of moves just for it to all fall apart, and I don't think their manager is good enough to keep them up. 19th place, Brentford. Brentford losing Thomas Frank is going to be horrible for them. Losing Emblemo is going to be bad for them. They have had too much change too quickly, and they haven't really seemed to fill things in. Brentford 19th, they're going down. 18th place, I'm going to go with Burnley. Burnley in 18th. 17th, Leeds. 16th, I'm going to go with Bournemouth. Losing a lot of their players. I like Andoni Iraola. Bournemouth losing a lot of their players is going to push them back. I'm going to go Bournemouth 16th. 15th, I'm going to go Everton 15th. 14th, I'm going to go Brighton. 13th, Man United. It won't be pretty for them. I don't think they'll jump back that much. 12th, Crystal Palace. 11th, West Ham. 10th, Nottingham Forest. 9th, Fulham. 8th, Tottenham. 7th, Newcastle. 6th, Villa. 5th, did I say Fulham yet? City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal. You know what? Yeah. Fulham. 4th, Arsenal. 3rd, Chelsea. 2nd, City. 1st, Liverpool. 15th minute. Playing forward. Carlson. I think Chelsea could finish 2nd, but saved. Oh, no. Goal! Goal! A rebound left out for Plaza Amador. Horrible mistake. The goalie leaves that alive. And the defender, the center back, I think made the goalie drop the ball. And it's 1-1. Uno. Horrible mistake from Antigua there. Wow. You can't let that happen. Goalie drops it. And Yorian Sanchez jumps on it. Sanchez jumps on it and puts it away. Wow. Oh, okay, there it is. Jorlian Sanchez, 1-1, 1-1. I think, oh no, it might be a Valor jersey. One, 1-1. Who are the favorites to win the Central American Cup? I say Olympia. Olympia's back, boys. Olympia is back. And Alajuelense did lose to Plaza Amador, so I'm not saying they're getting knocked out of the group stage. They might still find their way through, but I will say this much. Yeah. They almost had me. 18th minute. Somebody's got to sue somebody. Should I? No, I won't. I'd say Antigua's been the better team, but that was a bad look. How are you going to just drop? Like, I don't know who I should blame. Center back or goalie? Center back ran into the goalie. Center back ran into the goalie. Goalie drops the ball. Leaves it open, not covered. I guess he couldn't dive down to cover it. Does Dillon have a chance? Let me look at the standings. Of course, their results. They beat Herediano 4-2, Dillon. They drew Municipal. So right now, they should be 2nd in the Group B. They're actually first. They're first. 4 points. Herediano has 3. Municipal has 2. Real España's only played 1 game, and they have 0. So Didiahen has a chance, yes. I said Group B would probably be the group of death. Looking like so. Group C looks pretty obvious. Motagua and Saprissa. Motagua and Saprissa are both leading the group with 6 points. Every other team is 0. With, of course, Independiente and Cartagena having a bye week played out. Or they have not played until again this week. So, this tournament, everybody at least has 1 bye week. Yes. Which means Saprissa has a bye week this week. Yes. Yes, they do. Thursday. Independiente versus Verdes. They better win that. If Motagua chokes, Independiente still has a chance to get through. Real Esteli lost. Real Esteli lost to Olympia. That was supposed to happen. Oh, we'll be live for Shelahu Esteli, though. But Olympia is back. I told you. They went to Honduras. And Olympia and Esteli have had some pretty close matches recently. This time, Olympia slapped them around. So Olympia is back. I think Olympia's been in their group all 3 years, though, funnily enough. And they drew 1 and lost 1, Olympia. They always do. It's still top 2 per group advances. I'm sure Esteli will figure this out. They'll get 9 points and still probably get through. That's my guess. Let's look at Group D. Shelahu. If Esteli beats Shelahu, well, the goal differential might be a problem. Playing forward, goal differential might be a problem. But, oh, wait, no. Well, okay, yeah. -3 and 5. If Esteli beats Shelahu, they could at least definitely. Point being is this. Esteli beats Shelahu and beats Aguila and Hercules, they might have a chance to advance. NBA Finals predictions. OKC versus Cleveland next year. Unless Toronto trades for Giannis or something, then Toronto versus OKC. OKC is probably going back to back. Who am I kidding? 22nd minute, 1-1, 1-1. Five to 1. No. 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 My point is they shouldn't have fired Thibodeau. That was stupid. Antigua plays it through. Shot over the bar. Almost got the lead back there. New York shouldn't have fired Thibodeau. That was the dumbest thing they could have ever done. No, they fired the coach that would get them there. I don't think their players are that good, especially with some jackass idiot coach that isn't worth a damn. Thibodeau was that dude. Let me see. Who's their coach? Mike Brown. He's trash. That man is trash. He is probably one of the worst coaches I've ever seen in basketball. You went from Tom Thibodeau to Mike Brown. I'm just surprised you didn't hire Dwayne Casey. That ain't that much better. Or worse. Yeah, they had a rough year. I know damn well about Coach Mike Brown. He was a coach way before Steph Curry ruined the sport. He was a horrible coach way before Steph Curry ruined the sport. I remember those 2011-2012 Lakers and those 13-14 Cavaliers. 2005-2010 Cavaliers weren't that good either. That was really just LeBron carrying them as well. So either way. Okay. Yeah, and they carried him. He's still a horrible coach. And who on New York is that talent level to carry them? I love OG Anunoby, but he ain't that dude. There's a reason Toronto traded him. He ain't that dude. Playing forward. Here's a shot. Save. Shot. Cleared away by Plaza Amador. He ain't that dude. Who we got? I don't know. Like, they ain't got nobody who can carry them like LeBron and Kobe carried the Cavs and Lakers. And that was an old-ass LeBron. It was an old-ass LeBron and young, or an old-ass Kobe and young LeBron. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, Miami's probably, well, Toluca versus Orlando. I still think Toluca's the better team, but we'll find out during the midweek. Miami might be cooked if Messi doesn't play Tigres, though. Why are La Liga playing in Miami, Barcelona versus Villarreal? Money. They've been wanting to do this for a whole damn decade. I don't like it. Like, I don't know why. I was watching Football Americas last night, because I always do on Mondays. Drop down, save. Castaneda does not make a howler like the Antigua goalie. You know, I was watching Football Americas, and I agree with Janusz. I don't understand why Mauricio and Christina were like, oh, this is a good idea. No. It's absolutely mean. It's absolutely wrong to the people of Villarreal who go to their team's games. It's a very working class town. And it's right before Christmas. You're telling me that a lot of Villarreal fans are going to go to Miami to see their team play. And by the way, it's also a Villarreal home game, by the way, just to be clear. So you're moving it to Miami, where there's a lot of Barcelona fans and a lot of Messi fans who will root for Barcelona because of Messi's ties to Barcelona. And you're basically making a Villarreal home game into a Barcelona traveling circus home game. The only positive, it's right before the winter break, the Christmas break. That's the only positive. I think it's a slippery slope. I really do. La Liga games should not be played in the United States or any other country for that matter. I don't like when they play Super Cups in Saudi Arabia, like the Coppa Italia or the Super Coppa Italia. I hate that. As Giannis said, I hate when Inter plays AC Milan in Super Coppa in Saudi Arabia. Why not play it at the San Siro with both sides of the fan base just half red, half blue? Why not? It would be so much better at the San Siro, right? Or when you have the Copa del Rey being played in Saudi or the Super Copa de España played in Saudi. That should not be happening. That should not be happening. Like, the Saudi League should be played in Saudi. The MLS should be played in USA and Canada. If they ever do a UEFA Champions League final in the United States, I'm going to be pissed. Football of certain countries or certain continents should stay within the realms of that continent or country. I don't want to see an MLS game played in freaking London. It would probably be an absolute failure. I don't want to see an Inter Miami game be played in Barcelona unless they're playing the Gamper Trophy. They go there to play the Gamper Trophy like Pumas did. That's fine. But I don't want to see a Miami game played in Barcelona during this freaking fall-spring schedule bullshit because, hey, you know what? Hey, Toronto, you want to give up a home game and play it in Barcelona? No, it's a slippery slope. We all know why the hell you're doing it. Messi played in that damn stadium, or at least the old version of it before they remodeled it. But either way, I think it's an absolute slippery slope. I think it's a slippery slope. Yeah, that's pretty much what, yeah, I think so. That was what Mao and, yeah, that's what they were in, which I just don't like it. I agree with Giannis. Which I don't normally do, but I was like, are you kidding me? Like, no. I don't want Real Madrid to play a freaking El Clasico of the USA, even if it was at Busch Stadium or if they played it at BMO Field. No, I don't want that. It's not right. And besides, you have the TV deals where everybody can see Barcelona or Madrid play. Horrible time zones, yes. A chip, and that's going to go in offside. Oh, no, it actually went out. But either way, still 1-1. It's the start of other leagues to start doing it. Exactly. I said it's a slippery slope. Exactly. Exactly. I just don't think. I know. That's wrong too, as I'm saying. Of course. They should not. No. The MLS Cup final, if they went to London, they played at Wembley, first of all. Second of all, the MLS Cup final should not be stolen from the fans of the team who has the better seating. Okay? See, MLS stopped doing the Super Bowl style MLS Cup final. I don't know if you remember, but Toronto hosted an MLS Cup final before Toronto was even good. Because MLS used to host MLS Cup finals in random cities. Colorado Rapids played and won that final. It was 2010. Colorado Rapids played that final in Toronto. So it was the third. It was one of the 3 MLS Cup finals to be in Toronto. 2 of them were earned by TFC. One of them was given to Toronto when Toronto was just, a 3-year-old club. And it had the Colorado Rapids playing it. And I think it was against Dallas, if I remember correctly. With that stupid crossover bullshit. Yeah, that stupid crossover bullshit. Remember that? CFL, it works. MLS, not really. But either way, no. It never worked that way. You really tell me you want the MLS Cup to be played in London? And even if they did, be Wembley. I don't want Wembley. Now, if it was Stamford Bridge, would that be kind of cool? Just with the fact that I'm a Chelsea fan, and would it be kind of cool even though I knew it was wrong? If the MLS Cup was at Stamford Bridge, yeah. It'd be kind of cool. Just the fact I'm a Chelsea fan, and, well, that was the first time I ever went to Stamford Bridge. That would also be kind of cool. But again, I would know it was wrong towards the Toronto fans, especially if we were the team who had the better points total. If we were the away team, I'd feel a little bit less bad. But I'd feel bad for the team who got it stole from them. But if we were the away team, I would probably rather have a neutral site and it be Stamford Bridge than be the away side. But, you know, if we were the home team, I'd be very pissed. Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, yeah. Well, if we walked out to Liquidator, but then they played Legend TFC, that's fine. But you better still play Renegade at halftime. You ain't stealing that. No. If we're the home team in MLS Cup, but you do that, you ain't stealing Renegade from us. Well, if we were in MLS Cup, I'm sure they would have called the Pirate by then. So, yeah, no Renegade. Because that's my idea. Well, we need that sort of oomph. Scare the shit out of the opponents coming out at halftime. Like, yeah, you may have survived the first half with a draw or a 1-0 lead, but we're about to come for your heads and absolutely just turn you upside down. You might have survived for 45 minutes, but you ain't surviving for 90. The jig is up, the news is out, they finally found me, the Renegade. Yeah. Cowbells instead of terrible towels, though. I've been wanting to do that before. I had a soft spot. Well, I've always had a soft spot for the Steelers, but well, shit. Okay, fair enough. No, that was kind of a last year thought process. So, no, okay, yeah. Oh, come on. It better be Gillette then. I'm kidding. It's going to be SoFi. Screw you, Kroenke. Only way that kind of works if it's Arsenal. So TFC got a U.S. prospect. Your thoughts on that? Must be talking about Jordi Mihailovic. I don't know if he's a U.S. prospect at this point, but he's a damn good player. Here comes Plaza Amador. Shot, goal! Golazo! Goal! 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 Rose! How pretty was that goal? Because Rose slotted it home. 1-2, 1-2. Plaza Amador is that team, though. They're that team. Plaza Amador. 1-2, 1-2. That was a pretty goal from Rose, but roses are supposed to be pretty. Yeah, I tried. Boom. What a cross. Golazo. Nice curve and boom into the side netting on the inside of the net. Everardo Rose with a goal. Hold on. 16th minute for Sanchez. And the 37th minute for Everardo Rose. Davis with the assist. 1-2. Diego Santis got the opener, but ever since then, it's been all Plaza Amador. Oscar Santis assisted Diego Santis. Santisception. 39th minute. Once I got HBO Max back, yeah. And there's a fight before the throw-in. Antigua throw-in, but there's a fight. Thirty-ninth minute. 1-2, 1-2. Crossed in. These are the two Plaza Amador goals. You can't give away one like that first one if you're going to allow some that actually looks good. Can't do that. And the fight is over. 5 minutes to go before stoppage time at the half. Plaza Amador they're damn good. They weren't lucky to beat Alajuelense. No, they're a good team. They're a damn good team. They're a damn good team. They are a damn good team. Group A. Alajuelense has a midweek off. So they have to beat Alianza, then Antigua. Looking at the standings of Group A. If Antigua loses to Alajuelense, the best they could do is 7 points. If Alianza loses to Alajuelense, the best they could do is 7 points. So all Alajuelense has to do is win their next 2 games and they'll advance. Plaza Amador, second place. Plaza Amador will probably be first, but, as long as you advance, can I say it's Champion's Curse? Or I don't know if I could do that, really. The Champion's Curse is beatable. But going back-to-back, it's going to be hard to go back-to-back-to-back. But it would be cool to see Olympia versus Alajuelense in the final somehow. That's probably not going to happen. Oh. And they aren't doing anything. Game still stopped. I like the Mexico leaked jersey for the whole World Cup. With the Aztec calendar type motif. The green with the red collar, the white stripes, the Aztec calendar motif. I like it, by the way. If anybody's seen that the leaked jersey. Playing forward, 43rd minute. 1-2. Forty-third minute. And there's 1-3. Amador scores the third goal out of nowhere. 1-3. Horrible giveaway by Antigua, and they're absolutely melting down. Ball cross, tapped in, no goalie. All you had to do, what a run, just to set it up. We have Quintero picking up the Jorleon Sanchez with his second goal of the game. Puts in 2 mistake goals. Puts in 2 mistakes that bite Antigua in the ass. Quintero picks up the giveaway. Oh, Murillo picks up the giveaway and plays it to Sanchez. 44th minute goal, 1-3. Who just slots it home into the empty net. 1-3, 1-3. Yeah, Amador's, they're a good team. Nice play. I agree with that. Amador's a good team. They're damn good. Cleared away. They're actually damn good. They're actually damn good. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Oh. Antigua's, they're getting owned. $5:30 to go. Man, Amador is actually really good. Playing forward. One minute down, 5 to go. Two minutes in. $46 minutes, or actually 47 minutes. 1-3, 1-3. $45 plus 3. Corner, 94th minute. Or not 94th, 45. 49th minute. There we go. Cross in. Neither. I'm not a douchebag. 45th minute. Deodorant-wise, Degree deodorant or Dr. Squatch. One or the other. Deodorant or cologne-wise, Acqua di Gio. Giorgio Armani. I'm not a douchebag. Neither. I'm not a douchebag. 49th minute. Header. Oh, what a save! Cross in. But yeah, Degree for deodorant, Acqua di Gio for cologne. Azaro Wanton wasn't bad either. Throw in, one more minute to go. But I ain't wearing Axe, that's for damn sure. Be a goal kick, kicked away. .30 seconds to go. Take a short break at the half. One that hits. 1-3. 1-3. Plaza Amador is the better team. At least it seems. Playing forward. That'll be cleared away. 6 minutes. See when they stop it. That's halftime. Yeah, I would agree. In the end, I would agree. Halftime, it's 1-3. 1-3. Medio tiempo. 1-3. 1-3 at the half. Sanchez with the 2 goals off the 2 mistakes. Everardo Rose with a golazo. Amador leads with 45 minutes to go, and we'll take a short break at the half. Talk about the stats, get this one going. Sit tight. We will be back. Antigua GFC. The Cinderellas of last season look to be absolutely dominated by the Cinderellas of this season. How things are so poetic. Sit tight. Be back. We're back for the stats at the half. How we doing, Henry? Stats at the half, we got 40% possession to 60% possession. We have 5 offside to 0, 2 corners to 1, 144 passes to 226. We have 76% pass accuracy to 70 or 80% pass accuracy. We have 14 crosses to 7. We have 28.6% crossing accuracy to 14.3, but that doesn't matter. 1 goal to 3, 10 shots to 7, 6 shots on goal to 3, 6 tackles to 10, 15 clearances to 11, 12 fouls to 6, 0 yellows to 0, 0 red cards to 0. It's CONCACAF's website. So, with that being said, Plaza Amador, 1-3 at the half, 1-3 medio tiempo. For me, Plaza Amador has been the better team. They've been the better team besides the 1 goal to start the half at all times tonight. Plaza Amador is for real, is all I'm saying. They are a team that is for real. They are the better side of the two. They're doing everything they need to do to win. Antigua GFC does not have the same spark they had last year. Let's put it like that. Plaza Amador, they beat Alajuelense, and they're winning on the road at Antigua in Guatemala. So they're a solid team. They're a solid team. They've done everything right. No questions at all, really, when it comes to them. They've been good. They've been good. Very good. Very good. So we'll see how the second half of the game goes. But if I'm an Amador fan, I'd be very happy. I would hope so. The way they've been playing in preseason, if they keep this pushing, you know what? You might be right. They might pull it off, but they got to keep playing like they've been playing. Hato's also a talent. Is Garnacho going to start off the bench? I would rather them play Tyreek George, but, you know, we'll see what happens there. Hato's a talent, though, I agree. Squad depth is insane. That is true. But second half's about to start soon. Second half's about to start. Second half should start. I expect an FA Cup for sure. I mean, with the depth their squad has, honestly, I should expect a Carabao too. Unless they run into Liverpool the final. That never ends well. But, you know, FA Cup and Carabao, I expect at least one of those, if not both. Maybe the Carabao's easier because knowing damn well that a lot of teams really rotate, we have the depth that we have. that's going to kind of look like the Conference League to a certain extent. So the Carabao, at least, I think the FA Cup is very likely. Champions League, I want at least a quarterfinal there, if not a semifinal. If they won it, though, I'd be happy. No, I'm not going to cover every game they play in the Champions League like I did the Conference League. You're out of your mind. The Conference League was kind of a story. Second half's about to start. I'll cover the final, maybe the semifinal too. If they make the semifinal, we'll see. The knockout stage, we'll think about it, but group stage, second half's about to start, but we'll think about it when it gets to the knockout stage. But either way, at least a quarterfinal out of the Champions League. Prem, top 3. Anything less is bad. Top 3 in the Prem. Anything less is bad. Preferably top 2, but I'll take top 3. Depends on how good City is. Chelsea. Chelsea's the biggest club in London. 2-time world champions, or 1-time world champions, 1-time Intercontinental champions, 2-time Champions League winners, 2-time Europa League winners, 1-time conference winners, multiple-time Carabao, FA, Prem, Cup Winners' Cup, Super Cup. Yeah, no, it's Chelsea. It's Chelsea. It ain't Arsenal, I'll tell you that much. Liverpool, I don't think we can call them a dark horse. I think Chelsea might be the dark horse completely. Barca's not a dark horse, even if they have problems. Madrid's not a dark horse, even if they have problems, but they're not going to do that well. City, not a dark horse. Liverpool, no. Tottenham, I got to see how they play tomorrow, but even then, Tottenham could be, depending on how they play in the Champions League. Also, depending on how they do at the Super Cup, which will be live for tomorrow. But I think it's just Chelsea. Honestly, Chelsea. I think Chelsea is the dark horse of the Champions League next year. Don't exactly know how it'll go for them. Barca is not. Lamine Yamal and Pedri being at Barca means they're not a dark horse. They made the semifinals last year. How is that a dark horse? Barcelona has multiple Champions Leagues in their history, or 5. They have the number patch. They made the semifinals last year. They won La Liga. How are they a dark horse? Barcelona's history and the squad that they have and the height they have make them not a dark horse, even if they are not as big of a favorite as other teams. Chelsea legitimately is a dark horse because, yeah, they won the Club World Cup, but what does that exactly mean? I think that means a lot. I'm probably biased. They did play well during their friendlies, their 2 friendlies, very well. They have a lot of squad depth. You would think Chelsea has a chance, but are they legitimately out of nowhere just one of the best teams, one of the 5 best teams in the world? If they are, well, yeah. But who knows if that's true? That could be a dark horse. If Spurs play well under Thomas Frank, as I said, I got to see how they play tomorrow against PSG. That'll tell me a lot. I'm sure Spurs are going to take it seriously, the Super Cup. PSG might not. But I'm certain they're going to take it a little bit more seriously than they did the Chelsea Club World Cup final because they learned their damn lesson. But I will say this. I do believe Spurs are going to take the Super Cup very seriously. If they play well and keep it close, they might be a dark horse. If they get stomped out by PSG, They're going to have to go through PSG to win the Champions League or get anywhere deep. Then we have a problem. But if they keep it close, as the season progresses, they might be a dark horse. But we'll see how they play tomorrow. I think there are things you could take from the Super Cup, especially if they take it seriously, which will be live for and review tomorrow. Takes a shot. Ball crossed in. 4-1 Amador. Murillo. Ball crossed in and he slots it home. 1-4. Murillo. Murillo. He came on at the half, and a minute later he scores. Perfect cross. Rose crosses it in, and Murillo puts it over the defender who was in no man's land. Boom, boom. Goalie was off his line. Everardo Rose with a goal and assist. Murillo with a goal. All he had to do was just lob it over a defender, and he did that. Yoamith Murillo, 1-4. "46th minute. 1-4, 1-4. Amador is on fire. No, it's 47 in the eyes of CONCACAF. 1-4. It's what you call an ass kicking. I did not know about that. Doesn't surprise me, though. 1-4. What an ass kicking. And they kind of did it to themselves, let's be honest. Amazing cross, but their goalie should not have been off his line the way he was. The two goals, the first goal, the third goal, were absolute idiotic defensive plays. The fourth goal was a golazo. This could be number 5. Here they go. Sanchez already has 2 goals. Can he go for a third? No, he won't. But top of the box, still with Amador. Jesus Christ. Cool. 49th minute. Forty-ninth minute. Playing forward. Shot save. Antigua GFC are getting owned. And this might not end up 4-1. This might end 5-6-7. Oh my God. This is just an absolute mauling of epic proportions. It's a mauling of epic proportions. Damn, Amador is good. No, they're for real. They may be a Cinderella, but they're for real. Speaking of, the second half has started in Aguila. Aguila versus Hercules. Hercules, 2-0 Aguila. 2-0 for Aguila. By the way. I said they'd be like 13th. They'll still suck. I mean, yeah, they have decent attacking signings, but let's be real. United are still going to suck. I don't think Amarim's cut out for the Prem. I really don't. United's made good, decent signings before, and what's happened to them? They've choked. Like, hell, United's had, 3 summers recently? In the past, 6 or 7 years where they've had really decent signings and it still goes to complete shit? I don't believe that they'll be good until the season's over. Until they finish, top 6. I think, honestly, I don't think he's the one who broke Man United. I think Cristiano leaving and Ten Hag dropping him the way he did is what broke United. I just think the Glazers legitimately broke it. Let's be real. And Jim Ratcliffe was like, you know what? I'm just going to break it even more. It needs to be fixed. I'll break it even more and then fix it from there. Dude thinking that was going to work. Sometimes just put it. Jobber match. Hey, yeezus. Welcome back. I missed that so much, actually. I won't even lie. 52 minutes. And how'd that window turn out? Playing forward, 53rd minute. Player down. That should be a free kick. Is this a jobber match? I mean, I think it's been pretty good for a jobber match, but technically, yes. Playing forward. Look. Playing forward, 54th minute. Here comes Amador. Oh. Bad giveaway. Probably the first time they've made a mistake all night, to be honest. Will it bite them in the ass? Can it really, though, when they're up 3 goals? That's an argument we can have. '55th minute. Federico Redondo will play for Elche. Miami transfers him permanently. The midfielder is already in the city to sign for 5 seasons. Oh. Elche is owned by Redondo's agent. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Substitution for Plaza Amador. Federico Redondo to Elche. Okay. Okay. Then again, they have DePaul now and Yannick Bright. They'll be fine. Huh. There is Enzo Fernandez on Antigua. That is kind of funny. Small world. '56th minute. And that's going to be a save. That'll be a goal kick. Wait. Penalty? Penalty! A penalty for Plaza Amador. Jobber means loser. It's a wrestling term for somebody who loses a lot. Ball tackled over, pushed over. Well, it's a penalty. There's no VAR. So it was called a penalty. He basically got, yeah, honestly, I'm okay with that. Quintero's going to take it. Draws the penalty and will take it. Okay. 57th minute. Nice. The National Stadium is pretty nice from as far as I know. It's a nice stadium. Yeah, it's basically like the wrestling version of a tomato can. If you know UFC, tomato can's their term for jobber. Wrestling is jobber. So, basically loser. Low Carter, loser. You end up on main event type person if you're going to win. Or superstars. 58th minute. So like Man City versus Burnley. Yeah, Burnley would be the jobbers, yes. Especially to Man City. It's like John Cena wrestling R-Truth. Quintero to take the penalty. This could be number 5. It is. Goalie doesn't even move. 1-5. 1-5. And there's the goal. The penalty goal from Quintero. 58th minute. And Plaza Amador leads 5-1. That's more of a mid-carder trying to beat a main eventer. That's more like Joe Hendry versus Randy Orton. Except Joe Hendry lost, but you get my point. That's a mid-carder trying to make their name against a main eventer. That's a little bit different. So basically Joe Hendry. Alberto Quintero scores the penalty, 58th minute. '58th minute, 1-5. 1-5 Plaza Amador. They're gonna win this game by like 7. This is an ass kicking. This is an ass kicking. Oh my word. Man, I'd be pissed. And that's 5-1. Or just lucky. Amador is actually a good team. That's what I'm taking out of this. Antigua are not as good as they were last year, and Amador is actually a really good team. This ain't, when they beat Alajuelense, that wasn't just a one-off. They're actually a good team, but they gave away a penalty on their own end. It's about to be 2-5. Well, who knows? Maybe you'll miss. But there's a penalty for Antigua GFC. Can they get back within 3? Or will they blow it 2 here? Oscar Santis to take the penalty. Well, if you're going to have anybody take it, it's the guy who's actually taking them at the Gold Cup. Yeah. Dude been snuffed out, I'll say. Robinson on for Rosales and Espinoza off for Daly. Oscar Santis legitimately has been snuffed out by Plaza Amador for sure. I don't think he's been, let me put it like this. He's been absolutely snuffed out up until this penalty. Oscar Santis to take the penalty. And he takes the shot. Goal! Lasers it home. 2-5. Oscar Santis scores the penalty. Oscar. Bois. Bois. That was a Bois penalty. Cold. Cold, cold. Cold from Oscar. 61st minute. 2-5, Dulce Cinco. But that's probably not enough to come back. There's no way, right? There's no way. 62nd minute. Damn, goal fest. Davis is off for Ferrero. I would say this game's probably over, but you know. Funny. Good job. That's actually good banter. Injury update for who? 62nd minute, 2-5, Dulce Aguila. I guess the player must have got hurt that game. 2-0, 67th minute for Aguila. And a player must have gotten hurt. Gregory must have just got hurt. He got subbed off. Okay. I see it. He was their only sub. So, yep. Gregory for Lobo. Yes. I guess there you go. 63rd minute. Aguila up 2. He stayed in China. He stayed in China because he needed the bag. I understand it, but I also don't at the same time. He wasted his career because he needed the bag. I don't understand it, but I understand it at the same time. 63rd minute. Throw in. 64th minute. Yeah. Chelsea Oscar was really good. He was really good, but he chose to, I wouldn't even say at his peak, but on the way to his peak, just go to China. Oh, he went back to Brazil. Good. Oh, yeah, I remember hearing that. Yeah. The funny part is I wouldn't mind seeing him in MLS or Liga MX, especially if he's actually good in Brazil. But that should be a free kick. But 65th minute. I'm surprised he didn't get screwed over when the league absolutely collapsed. That's not bad though. That is generational wealth. So I mean, he did what he was supposed to do there. Yeah, it's the summer. Even when it's not supposed to be hot, it's going to get hot. Headed away. 66th minute. Per week. Yeah, 480K per week. That would be amazing. I mean, I don't blame him. The Aguila game's a little bit ahead, I'm sure, because of the stoppage time. When it came through the first half of the... And that should be cleared away. Yes, it is. But that's out for a corner for Antigua. Plaza Amador starting to do some dumb things. Gonzalo POV close to becoming a new player for Miami. Final details are being worked out with Cruz Azul for the permanent transfer. The defender and MLS club already have a 3-year contract agreement deal almost done. So Gonzalo POV is going to be playing for Miami. And Antigua GFC scores a third goal. Oscar Santis scores another goal. Ball crossed in. Had the assist off the corner. Scores the penalty and scores the tap in right there. And it doesn't matter if it's offside or not. It was called a goal. No VAR. He slots it home and there it is. 3-5, 3-5. Are we going to... Oscar Santis assisted Diego Santis off the corner header. Oscar scores the penalty. Oscar Santis scores the tap in there off a corner. And it's 3-5, 3-5. With 19 minutes, 22 minutes to go plus stoppage time. This could be crazy at the end here. If this was 5-5, that would be nuts. Ardon with the assist, 68th minute. 3-5, 3-5. Antigua's coming back. They've had a really good second half, all things considered. That's going to be a corner for Amador. If only they didn't give up 2 goals in the second half, they would be tied right now. They spotted him 2 more goals. If they didn't do that, they'd be tied right now. Sometimes that's foolish, eh? Here's a corner for Amador. This is a damn goal fest. Oh, Messi will be group training this week. Good. Ball crossed in. Header. Mexico play Ecuador October 14th. '70th minute. And Amador playing for it. Donnarumma might go to Man City. '71st minute. 3-5. That's not a free kick. Nope. Clean tackle. I'd question it, but okay. brought down. Antigua loses it, but they still have it here. Ball cross. Nope. That'll be cleared. If Antigua did not make 3 defensive mistakes, they would be winning this game, actually. Whenever you get a chance to score, you better put it away. That's the lesson you need to learn tonight. If you're watching this game, the lesson you need to learn is if you don't take your chances, you might pay dearly. Plaza Amador got served 3 soft serve goals by Antigua GFC. They took them and then took 2. Well, there was 1 penalty, but honestly, 4 then. Really. And they scored all of them. They had 1 really good goal and 1 penalty given away to them, and 3 giveaways where the ball was given away in open play and they scored it in a dangerous area. So 4 mistakes from Antigua, 1 that led to a penalty, 3 open play giveaways in a dangerous area that led to goals against them. Antigua should be winning this game arguably 3-1 if they didn't make all their mistakes. Well, I wouldn't say that, but you could think like, hey, if they didn't make all those mistakes, they could have won 3-1. True. But they made 4 mistakes. That's why you got to finish your chances. That's a save, and that'll be a corner. Corner for Antigua. Another corner here. Let's see who takes it. 73rd minute. And that was a bad taking corner. Tried to take it quickly, I presume, and it ended horribly. 74th minute. 3-5. Today's a cinco. Playing down. Free kick for Antigua with a pretty solid spacing to get some out of this. Huh. Interesting. Free kick. Here's the free kick, 75th minute. Can Antigua pull this back to a 1-goal deficit with 15 minutes to go? Would be crazy if they did. This is CONCACAF for you. CONCACAF after dark, baby. You love to see it. CONCACAF after dark. You love to see it. Over the bar. Over the bar, 75th minute. That was a bad chance not to take. Ovidio Lopez is on for 9. 77th minute. We're getting to it. Cross in, save. Player down. It's a crazy game, honestly. '78th minute. Oh, that could have been a hand. Well, yeah, that's on the other. Oh, that was the goal for Santis. Yeah, he did kind of bring that down with his arm, but either way, no VAR, right? 0 VAR. 78th minute, 3-5. Stay cinco. Plaza Amador still leads. Let's check what's going on over Aguila. 2-0 still over Hercules. Castellanos off for Avila. Flores off for Fernandez. Castaneda is not feeling good, isn't he? 11 minutes plus stoppage time for Antigua versus Amador, and we could still have 2 goals within that time. '80th minute. Playing forward, Amador. Can they make it 6-3? Ball crossed in, top of the box, shot blocked away. If somebody bet the over, you won. I wouldn't have told anybody to bet the over, but especially somebody I really cared about. But I did not expect this game to go over. So whoever bet the over and both teams to score, you won. As long as you left it to that or bet on Amador to win the game. Just saying. That should be a penalty. Is it though? Or at least Antigua thinks that's a penalty. We're going to see if it is. Or is it a goal kick? Goal kick. Okay. I mean, off the ball foul, but he got bodied away by a defender. You know, that's a questionable call. 82nd minute. Plaza Amador makes another takeaway. Throw in, 83rd minute. Games quickly. Playing forward. Crossed over the top. 83rd minute. Oh! And that's somehow not a penalty. Okay. Like, that's okay. No. That's a crazy call, if anything. Lopez, dude, he went studs up. I don't know how that's not a penalty. I don't know. VAR would have definitely called that a penalty, so maybe VAR is a good thing. I don't know. There's been a couple of plays during this game where VAR might have actually helped. The demolition derby, Jesus Christ. 84th minute. 6 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Playing forward. Here comes Antigua. And that is no penalty. Man, this referee is starting to do some dumb shit. '85th minute, corner. Yellow card. This game's coming off the rails quickly. Here's a corner for Antigua. If they score here, they still have 5 minutes to get the equalizer, if not more. But we'll see what they get off the corner. Oh. 'Ball crossed. This will be a ball crossed in. '87th minute. Ball crossed in. Header. That'll go out for a goal kick. Still 3-5, 3-5. 87th minute. Tapia gets a yellow card, the coach. Aguila 2-0, Hercules 4 minutes, 2-0, 2-0. Three to 5 here. Amador leads. Antigua trying to at least get it back to a 1-goal deficit, but they've definitely done a lot of scoreboard window dressing in this second half. If they only didn't make the 3 giveaways they made and the 1 penalty they made, and this might be number 6 for Amador. There's no way it can't be. Here's a shot. Cross in. Shot blocked. Rebound falls, and that'll be a giveaway. Absolute meteor showers soon. Okay. Yeah, I think I've heard about that happening. And that'll be cleared away. 89th minute. Wonder how much stoppage time we're going to get. Man, we picked a good game to cover. This is good. I mean, the quality of it, I'm not so sure, but the twists and turns have been very good. 89th minute. The quality, not so much. The twists and turns, this is CONCACAF to a T. Yeah. Jesus. Ooh. Free kick the other way. Nope. Advantage play. Now it's a free kick for Amador with a minute to go. Less than a minute to go before the stoppage time. Why do you... He jumped into him, you idiot. You idiot. No. Not smart. 30 seconds to go before stoppage time. This free kick will get us to the 90th minute. And then we'll see what they add on. 3 to 5 today, so 5. There's no way this ends before stoppage time. There will be stoppage time. I think we know that at this point. But 10 seconds. And it's going to be 7 minutes of stoppage time. 7 more minutes of football to be played here. 7 more minutes. 3 to 5 today, so 5. Amador leads. Amador líder de partido. They've been good. Let's see their standings. They've only played 1 game, which means they will be, well, oh, so it is live standings. It was 2-1. Yep. Yeah, it is live standings. They're on 6 points, top of the table. Alajuelense, as long as they beat Antigua and Alianza, they will be second place. This is Antigua's 3rd game. The best Antigua can do is pick up 7 points. And they have to play... Well, they have to play Alianza. If they lose to Alajuelense, they're cooked. They're done. If they lose to Alajuelense, they're done. Aguila 2-0 Hercules. That means Aguila has 3 points. Yes. Hercules have lost all their games. Aguila's picked up 3 points. Xelajú versus Olympia is on, well, Xelajú versus Steli. That's the one we're covering. Then Xelajú Olympia is match 4 for Xelajú. Whenever their bye week is. But They could play next week and have bye week on week 5. 4 or 5 would be their bye week. 93rd minute, 3-5. That's done there. 6 points. Header. Bad giveaway. So, with that being said, Group A, what do they have left? Plaza Amador beat Alajuelense. Plaza Amador beat Antigua. They have Managua and Alianza next. They could still pick up 12 points. Alajuelense, if they beat Antigua on the last match day, well, Alajuelense still has to beat Alianza, but if Alajuelense beats Alianza, if they beat Antigua on that final match day, Antigua is out. And it's Plaza Amador and Alajuelense to advance. That could still very much happen. So, I would say yes, that will happen. But Amador is a real good team. They're a real team. Playing forward. Oh. Shot. Save. That'll go out for a corner for Amador. 94th minute. We'll review this game once it's over, and I'll be back tomorrow afternoon for the Super Cup, and then, of course, Forge and fifth minute. Three, 5. '95th minute, 3-5. 3-5, 2 minutes to go, more like 1.5, but Amador's going to hold on. But header. 1 more minute after this. Oh. Playing forward. Brought down. This could be a 4th. No. Wide. Wide. They probably wouldn't have had time to get a 5th, but .30, 20 seconds to go, and we'll have a game finished. That's just sad. Playing forward. 97th minute, playing forward. This could be it. / will be. And that's full time. Finally, 3-5 on the night. 3-5 esta noche. Amador ganador. Esta noche. Amador wins on the night. What a crazy game. What a crazy game. Full time, 3-5, 3-5. What a crazy game. Crazy. With that being said, that was crazy. There you go. 3-5, 3-5. Easy as you like. And that'll do. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. And I'll be back tomorrow afternoon, 1:55 p.m. Central, 2:55 Eastern for the Super Cup. PSG versus Tottenham. We'll be live for that. We'll also be live for Forge versus Vancouver, the first leg of the Canadian Championship semifinal on Wednesday night, evening. So 2 streams tomorrow, 2 reviews. We'll have a review for this game as well. I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya.